Hello. Now we're going to attach our lining to the vent. Okay, there. So just wanted to tell you again, it's a different methods to attach it. Different tailors will do differently. So this is, I chose to do it the best way to do it for me in order for me to communicate with you through the video, through the camera. So so the first things you need to do, so just make sure we're going to check. So that seam here of your sleeve, which is matches with the sleeve of your top fabric, and the opening of the vent, which matches with the opening of the vent. So my opening of the vent top one is here, so it should matches with that. Now, as I said, we leave that open so you can get into that. And what I would like you to do, the first thing, is to unpick your seam allowance around the vent of your lining. Okay. Just that little place here. So to release your vent amount of the fabric from your calf, lining calf. Okay, so you can do that. Now, the things what you need to do straight away is secure. So you need to secure that stitching so it doesn't go further. So that's the first thing you need to do, and that's what I'm going to do there. So here's my stitchings there. So I just need to make sure I secure that. So I'm going to do it in white so you can see it. So I'm going to secure the stitchings. But you do it in top fabric, so you will do it in the color of your lining. Okay, that's it. So now that's secured, and also I've got my the vent released. Okay, so you can see that. The next part would be simply fold around that vent like that. So covering your stitchings. Okay, so halfway, so that's your vent, just the halfway, okay, to that. And then make sure you fold in the same amount on your lining, because if you fold it too much here, it will not go around enough. It's not going to be enough of the fabric. So make sure you fold in the right amount. So I'm just going to pin that area here. Okay, so I'm not going to tack it yet because we also have to deal with the hem of your sleeve. So we need to remember that. Then the next part would be we're going to go to that side of your placket in order to accommodate that, and especially to accommodate the unit that they are go on top of each other. So you need to make sure. Sorry, I just need to just to make sure, because they are sitting on top of each other, so we need to obviously accommodate that into the lining. The next part I'm going to do is I'm going to unpick the seam allowance between seam allowance and the calf. So to release it, so don't snip it, just unpick that. So now you can see I released that. Okay, so that's better. But now I'm going to continue to unpicking in order to go behind that vent here. Okay, so I'm going to continue unpicking. Just be careful, don't cut your lining. Okay, see now it reveals my top vent here. Okay, and that's the cover. So the next part I do, I'm going to secure my lining. So it's very important you do that, otherwise it's all start to get apart. So that's stitching there in your top, the color of your lining, you need to secure. So I'm just going there and I'm just going to secure that place here. so it doesn't go apart. Otherwise, it's so easy to start to go apart. So just stitching that place. So make sure, I do it in white so you can see it, but please make sure you do in top fabric, in the color of your top fabric. Then just secure that and cut there. Going to tidy up and rid of my stitching. So it's another thing that's important to do is clean it and make it everything nice and neat straight away. So the cleaner it is, so the better, you know, it will look. So I'm just going to take all my stitchings out. So I like to be nice and pristine straight away. So now I released it. You see that? Yeah, so I got that. And now what I'm going to do is fold it over. Okay. So you see that? Fold it over. So there's a lot of fabric inside, isn't it? A lot of fabric. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to trim my fabric. So although it's quite scary, I'm going to first, you know, and I'm doing it in some stages. So I'm going to cut completely my seam allowance. So 2.5 centimeters. Yeah, I gave that. I'm going to cut that away. Okay, that's the first thing, because can you see you still got plenty to fold on. Okay, so I'm going to cut that. Now I can fold it over and it's not going to be too much, and you still got plenty of the seam allowance inside. Okay, so you fold it and it's not going to be too much to do that. So make sure it's all in there. Can you see that? So that's in line with your other placket. Okay, and then pin it together. So when you are happy, so nice and flat as well. Okay, pin it together. You need to tidy up all this, and ready to do your hem. Perfect. So I'm going to show in the next video how we're going to now to do a hem, and then how we're going to tack all together. See you later. Bye.